Hey everybody, it's Zach again. Welcome back to the Life with Zach channel. Today I'm going to do part 2, talking about my new Kubota Z231 BR48 zero-turn mower. This mower I've had for about 3.5 weeks now. Just mowed with it for the third time yesterday. It officially has 2.7 hours on it, and I wanted to, now that I've had it for a little bit, give it a couple goes, go through what I like and what I dislike about it. So the first thing is, we're actually starting from inside my building today instead of outside, to show one point that I think is important about the mower. When everybody looks at these mowers, they look at the width of their deck in order to see if they're going to get in and out of where they need to go. However, one thing that's important, and we'll go over here and look, is to make sure you check the width of the mower with the chute on it, so that you can make plans to get where it needs to go. I was really interested in getting either a 50 or a 52-inch deck from the different mowers I looked at, but my building door, which we can see right here, is only 60 inches wide maximum, and then you had to subtract the door width. So while that would work for just the deck, with the chute on there and the bigger mowers, that would not work. Of course, I could tilt that up or take it off, but I didn't want to have to do that every time. So I did get the 48-inch deck, so be sure to keep that in mind when planning for what you want to do. Not just measuring the deck, but the overall width of the mower, which is going to be the chute to the other side of the deck. Second thing that I think is going to be important for you to think about is the roll bar. Now I got the bigger residential type mowers slash smaller commercial, really kind of in the middle. The big commercial ones, the roll bar folds down. This one does not. So what you're going to want to do is get the height of the mower with the roll bar so that you can measure it and measure around your property to make sure it's going to work. Now, of course, you can take the roll bar off, but that defeats the purpose of having the roll bar if something were to happen. And I know everyone I've talked to said when they first got their mower, one of the things they did was hit the roll bar on something, and it tips the front of the mower up, which can be really dangerous, and you can actually get really hurt with that. I know some people that almost did. So it's one thing that I did was found out the overall height of this mower and measured around everything. Now, there is one branch that I missed because I don't, with the old mower, did not mow underneath of it. I can mow underneath it with this. I almost hit it, but it does clear everything else, and I just have to avoid that one little spot. So like clotheslines, trees, all those things, keep those in mind. So we're going to start here, since we talked about the roll bar, with the seat and roll bar area. So that is a really secure roll bar. I have no doubts that if something were to happen, that roll bar would keep me from being hurt as long as I'm using it properly and I'm in my seat. The seat itself is very comfortable, very sturdy. It has armrests that go up and down. You can use them if you want to, you don't have to. The next line up in the 48 has a added level of suspension on it. I talked to my dealer, and he said that basically, unless you're on it all day, like you are running a mowing company or something, there isn't really a need to have that, and I will say that I support that decision. I have used it 3 times, and it is an incredibly comfortable seat. It has great support. The armrests are great, and I just feel like I'm just sitting in the house when I'm riding around on the mower. There's also a seat belt right here. You're going to want to wear that seat belt, or the rollover protection isn't going to keep you as safe. And it actually isn't bad. Like, I don't even really notice having on. Down here, the seat does adjust. I have it all the way back, but you can push it back and forth pretty easily, and like I said, it's a great seat. When you're seated here, all of your controls are really right beside the mower. So over here is your parking brake. Now the parking brake has to be on in order for the mower to start, in order for you to turn the mowing deck on. One thing I don't like about this one, and maybe it's just me, my old mower had, of course, the safety seat and the safety switch in the seat, just like this one does. But the old one, if I pulled the parking brake, then that switch was deactivated. On this one, it is not. I was mowing and killed the mower the other day because I got up having the parking brake pulled. So that's just something to keep in mind. I pick up big pieces of wood and stuff sometimes out of the yard. I just have to remember to turn the mowing deck itself off, not just pull the brake. But over here on the other side, you also have two really nice cup holders, extra storage. You know, if you're mowing a lot with this, if you ride around with stuff on there, I mean, I don't, but that's great. I'm able to keep my water bottle in the front one. My phone just sits right in there. I listen to music when I mow. Works great. Over here are a bunch of the other controls. Down here, that's your hour meter. Like I said, 2.7 hours. Here's your deck height. What it is, that's just a turn knob. There's no manual adjustments or pins or anything like that. It goes up to 4 inches and is, well, really 4.25 inches and as low as 1.5 inches. One of the things, just a general mowing tip, in general, in my opinion, if you leave it higher, your grass is in better shape. Less weeds, things like that. The lower you go, more chance you've got of burning your grass, of scalping and stuff. So I'm mowing at 3.5, 3.75, simply because my push mower doesn't go all the way up to 4. So I need to be able to match everything up. But I will say that the grass looks great. The old mower only went to 3, so this is a big change for me. Also here, this is the throttle and choke combined. That's something different. I had an older mower, I guess. Basically, you push all the way forward. The choke is engaged. You start the mower up, disengage the choke, and then control the throttle. It has started for me immediately, even though it sits all week. You only use it once a week, and it sits, and I push the choke on, and it starts right up. I would hope so because it's new, but hopefully that continues. One thing the dealer did tell me is when you start the mowing deck, to run it at half speed when you're starting it and then bump it up from there. There is a little, it's not really a lock, but the spot where the control stops when you have it up all the way, which I like that. So you can't actually, well, you could, but you can't extend it back into choke or overextend it. Switch, just a regular key, and then the mower control. Just a push button, comes up. It's up now to activate it, down to stop it. Works really good, really simple. Maybe my old one had just a toggle switch. This is just as good. And then behind here is the fuel. This is where the fuel goes in the mower. It holds 5 gallons. I mowed with it the first couple times and went through a tank and was worried like, oh my God. You know, like, because the old mower, I had to fill up once a month maybe. So, but this last time, it barely used any fuel to mow. So I guess it's getting settled. I'm getting used to using it, and it really sipped gas. Now, one thing, excuse me while I pop the seat up. I want to show you something. But down here's the fuel tank. Again, 5 gallons. One thing the dealer did tell me is when you fill this thing, don't use this to see where your gas is. Instead, use the tank and when you basically get full close up to here, stop. Because if not, you run the really risk of overfilling it if you wait till it pops up in the tank or the fill. Alright, so that's basically the part 2 of this review. Just talking about the seat and stuff. I'll finish up with more of the mower later. And if you like this video, like it, subscribe to my channel, check out some of the others, and have a great day.